The launch of the Odyssey expansion for Elite Dangerous is almost upon us, releasing in just under a week on May 19th. While personally, I don't enjoy speculation, as I feel it's a very good way to set yourself up for disappointment, today an anonymous person reached out to me via Discord to share some information about Odyssey that they were able to find by opening various files from the alpha in a hex editor. They then looked through the code for a set of strings, and while there could be more there that wasn't found, what was uncovered is rather interesting. So join me as I look through the information that was shared with me, which includes references to lots of new Thargoid content, including on-foot combat, as well as further evidence for at least one, if not two new SRVs, new damage types, new engineer names, and possibly two new ships. Let's get started. While I was able to get some verification for all this information, you should go into this with your skeptical goggles on, but given the information lines up with some previous leak, it all seems very legitimate. With that, let's look at some of the specifics, starting with the new Thargoid content. There appear to be at least two new Thargoid installations, both listed as damaged, with one offline and one on alert. Finally, we see lots of references to Thargoid ground forces, with 3 class types of Regent, Soldier, and Worker, with 2 idle and possibly 12 moving animations. This could imply a number of gameplay loops, with idle animations possibly hinting at Thargoid stealth or incursion missions, hopefully more than just basic shooty-shooty. Closing out the new Thargoid content, we see mention of a Thargoid seed ship, with the same receive and deposit types listed. From the name seed ship, it sure seems like this is going to be a large, possibly mothership-sized vessel. The question is, what will these seed ships and the on-foot troops look like? On screen, you'll see an image that was leaked over a year ago of a Thargoid model, but it's very probable these would have changed since then. Moving on from the Thargoids, we see mention of a new Guardian installation type. My gut tells me this will be to unlock new on-foot Guardian-based modules for on-foot Thargoid combat. Next, we see new damage types, which include fire, caustic, gas, electric, and radioactive. Some of these we've already seen, such as fire, but several we haven't yet, hopefully indicating additional mission types and gameplay loops that weren't included in the alpha. We also have names of the 9 new engineers we knew would be coming, but nothing about their capabilities. Given the very different trading system for on-foot materials we saw via the bartender in alpha, it's possible, if not likely, that on-foot engineering will work fairly differently than in-ship. Finally, we have even more confirmation for a new SRV, but this time it's known as the Rhino. There aren't any more details save for the description on screen now and the previous leaks covered by Yamix several weeks back. On screen is a screenshot from a previous link showing the name Scorpion. I've been told from another source that there will be 2 new SRVs, with one of them being multi-crew capable and, get this, large enough that a smaller SRV can dock inside it. It seems that at least one of these SRVs are designed specifically for combat, likely the previously leaked Scorpion, which seems to include a rocket launcher and some sort of pulse laser. I'm linking below to Yamik's video, but he's given me permission to share the clips here. While I'm rather skeptical, on screen are the code snippets that were shared, which do indicate this possibility. That, and this was confirmed by a previously credible source. New SRVs aren't all, as we have further confirmation of the mythical Panther Clipper. However, the data shared doesn't seem complete, so it's very possible we won't see this at launch. The surprising new ship is the Mamba Light, which has a lot more metadata listed, possibly indicating it's ready to go. There aren't any details about the hardpoints, core module sizes, etc., basically just the ship names, so again, I suggest skepticism here. Given everything else that was shared seemed not only plausible but very likely, I believe this also to be very likely. Right now, I think there is one critical question for the success of Odyssey. How much do we see during the alpha? When most other games have an alpha or early access period, as that's really what that was, you only see about 10% or so of the gameplay that will come at launch. And that's the question. Did we see 10 to 20%, or did we see 50% or more? Elite's problem has never been possibilities, as the alpha did show us a lot of wonderful possibilities, and these links hint at even more. But will Frontier deliver? That's the question. I sincerely hope so, as I want Odyssey to be amazing, in-depth, and bug-free. But history has tempered my expectations. I ask you, for previous releases, have you been impressed or underwhelmed? Did previous releases bring you all you hoped for, or were they disappointing? Hopefully Frontier has expanded on what we saw in Alpha, and that we see much of what I shared here today at launch. I fear it will be a staged rollout, adding pieces along the way, much like they've done in the past. With the major sting today of learning that we won't be able to cross-play between PC Odyssey and Horizons players, at least until consoles launch later this year, this release feels far more like a beta than a final version to me. So, with that, what do you think about this new information? Does this change anything for you? Are you excited about Odyssey and plan to jump in on day one, or are you going to wait a while? I look forward to hearing from you in the comments down below, and hope you'll join me on Wednesday, May 19th, as I stream the launch and the several-year-long wait for Space Legs comes to an end. This has been Commander Exegius of EDTutorials.com, reminding you to strut dangerously, and thanks for watching.